Hey, welcome to Hanson Legacy Farm. I took a look at the temperature and it's 105. Feel like temp is 108. So I did not get to give the chickens water in the run this morning to help cool them down. So that's what I'm out here doing. I'm getting set up to put some water in the run to help the chickens cool off. It's hot out here, y'all. And I know it's hot everywhere, and I'm just praying for everybody to be safe out there because it is definitely hot. I gotta let the water coming out of the hose cool off for a second because this water, I turned it on and stuck my finger on there to try to kind of like spray it, and it actually kind of burned my finger a little bit. Maybe that'll help you cool off just a little bit. I gotta do a little bit of watering. I didn't water my lemons this morning. The thermometer says it's 100 degrees. I know that in 1951, I believe it was on this day, it said that it got up to 105, that we were going to probably exceed those temps today and break a record. I do believe we have. It's hot out here. I know when my daughter Stephanie left a few minutes ago to go home with my granddaughter Scarlett, her car said it was 111. Of course, that gets a little hotter on the windshield, but it definitely feels like every bit of what the temperature says it is. 104, I believe, is what it said it was. And I feel like temp of 108. So I definitely needed to get out here and make sure that my girls and Hey Hey had some standing water to walk around in. I think here in a minute we're gonna try to do a little bit outside. As long as we're in the shade, it's gonna be hot, but it won't be too like standing out in the sun. There would be no way we could do that. And that's why our garden looks like it does. We got some extra shade cloth that we're gonna, and Darren has a pipe fender that we're gonna try to put some shade over where our garden is and redo our garden. A little peach tree my dad gave me. Trying to keep it alive until I can plant it. So we're going to finally put the beam up on the porch post.
The second beam.
The second beam. It's been a while, because of the way Darren's been working, so he's going to kind of explain to you what he's going to be doing for that.
All right, so it's kind of follow up of the first video of the porch post beam. So what I'm going to do now is I've already laid it out, but I'm going to go back and check my layout just to make sure that everything's going to come out plumb. I will get my board again and just recheck my marks on the bottom. Then I'll put the mounting plate down, and after that I'll cut the post and we'll get it. I'll have to raise the porch up just a little bit with a little bit of brute strength. I'll get Sharon to push it up.
Oh yeah, me and my brute strength here.
Yeah, so we'll actually lift it up and ease the post up under. It's not that heavy. It's there's not a lot of weight there, so we can pick it up enough to where we can ease it up under there, and then we can push it around into place. So not a big thing. It just here lately it's been pretty hectic. So now we're finally getting back around to it.
Yeah.
Not a hard thing. It just
time.
This time.
It's having time to do it.
So we've already did all the work getting to that point. So all that needs now is to cut it and put it under there. Well, first put the plate down and then put it under there. But I want to double check my marks to make sure that everything is still right. So that's what we're going to do. Come along with us.
All right. So I'm just going to be filming it, and then at the end we'll just kind of catch you up to what we're doing.
The plate itself is 3 1/4. The post itself is 3 3/4. So I'm centering this in that space. So, which means I need to come back. Need to come back a 1/4 inch, and then it will be 1/4 inch in from this side. So the measurement. The actual beam post itself is 3 3/4 on about 3 3/4 the diameter. This plate itself is 3 1/4 wide, and it's actually 3 1/2 inside. So, as I did last time, I'll have to shave back. I'll have to chamfer it back where this actually sits flush inside the post. So I'll do that on the bottom of it. I'll have to do that, and then we'll before I set the beam. But I had to come in, so this is 3 3/4, so I come in a 1/4 inch from the front line, and that will center this plate in between the 3 3/4 mark. So the plate's going to set a 1/4 inch back and a 1/4 inch back off this line, and a 1/4 inch shy before you get to this back line, which represents the other side of the post. So the post is actually going to be here and here. So So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the post out. I'm going to go get my saw horses and set it up. But before I mount that plate, as you can see this plate here, I had to actually cut back the beam up. If I remember right, it's up 2 1/4, and the whole width of the beam on both sides, so that the beam was set down inside there, and that way the beam would actually set inside the plate, and I could put fasteners in from the sides holding the beam. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that before I make the final cut, just in case something happens, it doesn't go right. I still got a little beam left, I can correct it. And then after I get that, I will cut it for length. This has got to come out right here. This part. I'll cut it through with my saw. When I get done with that, that'll fit right up on there like that. But right now it won't fit. You can see it's just too wide. I got to relieve this material out of here up to 2 1/4 so that it will fit in there straight. it's cut back, and it's so I've removed enough material so that this plate will fit up on there and everything will come back into square. So now what I'm going to do, since I got to put screws into the masonry screws into the slab, so these screws are actually not going to set flush, so they're going to raise up above. They're going to stay up above the plate a little bit. So I want to mark this. I'm going to line it up on the bottom of the pole. I want to mark it, and I'm going to take a bigger drill bit and I'm going to drill out the material in these 4 locations so that this pole will actually set up over the screw heads, so that that's set flush on top of the plate. That's working smarter, not harder, right? You learn that over the years of doing construction work. Go ahead and try to eliminate some of these time consumers. If I'd have put it up there and then figured out later that I had to take it back down and do that while I was already mounted on there, it would have took a lot more time. I'd have had to lay it out with a tape measure. I'll just center it up and take a little bit of material out there. Now we can fasten this down to the concrete. So that way I can make the cut straight and square, especially when you're cutting multiple cuts in order. My saws will not go deep enough to make one cut, so I use my square, that way I can stay on line. to set the pole, so I put my level on the beam, and the beam's running downhill just a little bit on this corner. So I'm actually gonna make that, I'm gonna straighten it up basically by cutting this pole about a 1/4 inch longer than it showed to be where it's setting now. So in order to raise the porch up, or the roof, it's not that heavy, but so I'm gonna position the beam, the post up under the porch. But in order for Sharon to be able to pick that up, I've taken a post. I have this leg right here I have braced. So I've taken another 2x4 and put one screw so it can pivot right here, and then she's gonna pick up and leverage it up, so that way she's gonna be the strong person here. So I'm gonna put it in place in the bracket where it belongs, and then Sharon's gonna pick it up. Right there. Alright, that's it. So now that's where it belongs. Sharon goes, There we go. You know you're that strong, huh? So now it's in place. We'll come back later and we'll put some kickers on it, some 45 kickers on it to stouten it up a little bit more. Once we finish out the front, we'll do a little more work on it.
Well.
Alright, the post is under there now, so plumb, both of them set, and well, that project's done.
I guess we can go inside and cool off for a few minutes and then run down and feed the cows, right? Yeah.
Definitely need to go check on them and give them a little more hay.
Yeah. Hey, we want to thank you for joining Handsome Legacy Farm. As always, we do appreciate you stopping by and spending your time with us.
Yeah, thank you for joining us as we put this final post up. So now we got them both up, that project complete. So we'll move on to the next one. So
yeah.
We got a long list of never-ending projects here on the homestead. So
yeah.
Thank you for joining us, and pray you have a blessed week. And again, thank you for joining, and God bless.
God bless everybody. Night.